Hi, everyone, and welcome. While we're waiting to start, does everyone want to write where they're coming from, say hello? Um, just put in the chat where you're coming from. Yeah, perfect. So as we're getting started, if people want to enter in the chat where they're coming from, hello. Yeah.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here and attending Keela's live fun demo with the marketing team. We're so excited to have you all here. We're so excited for you to connect. This is an awesome opportunity, not just to talk to Keela, but also to talk to one another. How often do you get to talk to, hundreds of other nonprofit organizations? Ask questions, let's share answers. I'm so excited to connect with all of you. So thank you again for being here.
Amazing,
And
Alaska. Wow.
yeah, tell us where you're from.
Okay, so I think we're starting to see people file in. So hi everyone and welcome. We're so happy to have you all here today, and I hope you're all excited to learn more about Keela. As people start to file in, I just want to start the session today by acknowledging that Keela's head office is located in Vancouver, which is on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territories of the Coast Salish people, the Musqueam, Squamish, and the Tsleil-Waututh First Nations, and we give thanks for their generosity and hospitality on these lands and waters. My name is Stephanie. I'm Keela's marketing specialist. I'm also joined by a few of my colleagues. Of course, we have Brianna here today, who I know you're all excited to hear from. We also have Chelsea, who's going to be supporting you in the chat. And we also have Stefania, Keela's customer support lead. So feel free to say hello to them and submit any questions you have in the chat or the Q&A box below, and we'll answer as many as we can by the end. We'll also be sending a recording of the demonstration this week to everyone who is registered. If you're new to Keela, welcome. Keela is a donor management fundraising platform that brings together all essential tools and features that fundraisers need to succeed. Keela is also a certified B Corp, meaning that we prioritize people over profits, driven by a deep commitment to social and environmental responsibility. On top of that, Keela is a fundraiser, is built by fundraisers for fundraisers. We're lucky to have Brianna Dillman here today presenting, who has over 20 years experience in the nonprofit sector. She, as well as many other Keela team members, understand the challenges you face on a daily basis. The team behind Keela has a deep-rooted understanding for the nonprofit sector, and we have channeled that knowledge and experience into creating a platform caters to unique needs of fundraisers. So now I'm going to pass over to Brianna. Brianna is our VP of Growth and Marketing at Keela, meaning that she talks to nonprofits like you every day to understand your goals and challenges, and how Keela can address them. So without further ado, I'll pass it over to you, Brianna.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. And we have on the call our amazing team, Chelsea and Stefania. So thank you, everyone. I love seeing where everyone's from. I feel like it's a bit of everywhere, which kind of makes sense in this remote working space that we are living in right now. I just again want to let you know my name is Bryna and I am a fundraiser. I have 20 years of experience in the nonprofit sector. So I know all of your opportunities and challenges that you are all facing on a day-to-day basis, which is why I encourage you to please write in some questions, write in some experiences, and share with us how your fundraising and your CRMs are working for you now as we show you three things that we really want to talk about today, which is one, AI and how built-in AI tools are really powerful to help you exceed your fundraising goals. Two, how to build and send engaging emails from your platform. How many of you work with a variety of different tools and email tools, especially that don't connect or merge with your CRM? How frustrating. Raise your hand. Let me know. Oh, hello. There's people from my hometown over there. Margaret, Jennifer. Anyways, how to save time through automated and streamlined donor journeys. How many of your individuals in your organization spend so much time trying to figure out how to talk to your donors on a consistent basis when you potentially have high turnover, when you have some challenges internally, or when you don't have a CRM that marks everything down? So these are three things that we're really wanting to show you with Keela. Right now, Stefania has agreed very generously to share her screen. Thank you, Stefania. And you will see our login of Keela. Now, we'll go through those three things that I just mentioned, but before we do, I just want to really explore the relationship between AI and fundraising. Who here is experiencing questions about AI in the fundraising world? Write it in the chat. Let me know. Is there pressure? Are you already using it? Is it something that you're not sure about? There's so many questions. And, as fundraisers, we aren't always the ones who are at the top of the list of really interacting with new technology. And so, with so much change kind of happening in the world, we really, really want to talk about how does traditional giving patterns and how does the nonprofit sector kind of mesh those things? Not sure how to use it at all. Yes, Melanie, a lot of nonprofits say those same things. So right now in this landscape, yes, you're new to it as well. Awesome. Some people are using ChatGPT for donor research. Incredible. What's really important right now is that we're in the midst of the largest transfer of wealth in human history. What does that mean? That means that 30 trillion, I was just about to say billion, $30 trillion is being passed down over the next 30 years as baby boomers age out, and a large part of their inheritance are going to their children. So many of whom are in their 20s, 30s, and 40s right now. These are your current and future donors. How does this tie in with ChatGPT and AI? Keep listening, I swear. So with that, we all see ChatGPT. People know how to use it. Some people don't. Some people are new to it. Beyond that, technology is literally exploding. And we saw 15 years ago, most nonprofits were literally just getting their first online donation page, right? Who's with me? Who remembers that time? That was a big step for a lot of organizations. And looking back, you probably can't imagining right now how you operate without a donation page, without a website. So there's even more ways right now that we need to capitalize. And when I say we, I mean the nonprofit industry and sector on these new tools and technology, because that's who you're talking to, is the donors who resonate and understand what that looks like and what that means. And also will help you in your own day-to-day functions on how to use these tools as a support, not to take over your roles, but how to support you. So if fundraisers like you all don't start looking at ways to adapt the power of the incredible potential of artificial intelligence, our organizations are going to be left behind. And I don't want to see any of you, wherever you're working, to be left behind, because you all have incredible missions that you're looking to raise funds for and support for. So I want to talk to you about ways that it's not overwhelming, it's not super scary, and it's definitely not something that you can't do with an integration of your actual CRM. That's what we're here to talk about, a CRM. Really, our goal today is to kind of help you understand some of the concepts behind AI and fundraising a little bit better and help you support your day-to-day work. And that's really where I'm going to talk about Keela. I'm going to dive in because we have a comprehensive #1 donor management tools, personalized communication features, and data-driven analytics that's going to help you navigate these challenges and really help you in your fundraising efforts. So let's dive in, okay? So right now I'm going to just show you, this is the dashboard for Keela. What you're seeing is welcome. That will be your name, not Stefania's name. And you can create a dashboard that is unique to you. You can see general updates. You can see volunteer updates. You can choose how you want to see it. What you see on the left-hand side right now, dashboard is highlighted in purple. That's what you're looking at. But we're going to go down to contacts because really I'm going to get into the AI of it. Now, contacts is all of your contacts. So who here has a CRM where all your contacts are in there and you have no idea who's in there? You don't know patterns. You don't know who knows what. Tell me, write it in the chat. I'd love to hear from you all. So just throw it in and let us know, is it working for you? Do you have a list of all your contacts? Do you know where they live and how they want to fundraise with you? Are you messaging them all based on a top-down board of directors and your leadership team saying we need to make more donations, so message everybody in the database? We don't do that. We can't do that anymore. Today's day and age and landscape is much more personalized. How do you get personalized with technology? I'm going to tell you right now. We're going to go to one of our contacts called Squidward. Fantastic name, by the way. And CRM, no capacity. Yes, Melanie, there is capacity. We are going to help you. So Squidward, we're going to go into here and we're going to start with our smart tools, okay, which help you predict your donor's next move. What does that mean? It's going to help take the guesswork out of fundraising. Okay. Our nonprofit, Keela's nonprofit software, analyzes your donors' behavior, engagement, and preferences. It actually helps you confidently ask for more and frequent donations because we store insights in every single donor profile. So you can see in Squidward, we have a donor score, a score from 1 to 100 that tells you, the fundraiser, how engaged is this person? 63, that's a C, C plus, depending on where you live. Is that a good score or a bad score? You as your organization can determine that and pull a list of all people with a donor score of under 50 and figure out a way to message them. Really, it's really important to personalize your approach because we see 4 times increase of total donation dollars and 5 time increase in average gift size and an 8 time increase in the total number of donations when you personalize your information and your messages to your donors. So right now you can see a donor score. Again, it automatically ranks and categorizes donors based on their giving behavior. And we have even things like best way to reach out. So it ensures you're using each contact's preferred method of communication. How do you know? Time of year. It even can identify the optimal time for a donor to give to your organization. So if you always in your CRM, you know that your donors are always giving in November, but you want to make more donations in January, don't include this particular donor in that January communication because Keela is going to tell you it's not going to happen and that person isn't going to open it. And if you really want them to be engaged, you can be more strategic in how you connect with them. So really you want to make smarter asks using the technology that is built into your platforms and your CRM. And you want to use it in emails so that you ask even the right amount of money so that you're not just guessing how much money does Squidward want to give, right? You can see in here, major gift donor. Squidward's donation of $5,000 from May 31st falls into the top 10% of your organization. And if you scroll down, Stefania, under smart recommendations, you can see that it will actually tell you Squidward is most likely to donate between 260 and 350. That's crazy. How are they supposed to know this? It's because this technology is reading all your data and information. It's not taking over your duties and it's not doing what you're supposed to, what you should be doing for your donors and your supporters. It's actually telling you how to engage with them better. Rachel's asking, can the system schedule emails based on donors' optimal times of day for operating? I will let either our support team answer that or we'll get to that afterwards. Or you can ask a fundraising expert. And I'm not sure if all of you know, but I'm going to say it while I have all of you on the call, that everybody who showed up today, if you choose to move forward with Keela, you all get a 15% discount for your first year and subscription, including the CRM subscription. And I believe our support team has just put this on the chat here. So again, everything that you see, you get a 15% discount just on the subscription for your CRM. Doesn't include our add-ons, but it's applicable for all nonprofits with a minimum of 1,000 contacts. So again, this is really good for you. If you're interested in moving forward, you get right away for just attending 15% off. Okay, I'm going to keep going on about this incredible opportunity to strengthen your personalized messages with your donors. You can embed even, so if you can see here, Squidward is interested in committing to potentially 250 to 350, you can actually create a donation form on your website, a page that you send to all your donors, and you can turn on this little toggle saying smart forms on. And Squidward will not see minimum amounts of 20 and 40 and 60 because we know Squidward can give more. So it is actually personalizing your donation pages when you send out one link to your entire database, which is incredible that it knows based on turning on Keela's Smart Ask features. We kind of talk about how Keela is your co-pilot for fundraising success. So we know that organizations like One Message TV achieved incredible results when they turned on Smart Ask. They had a 237% increase in donations having Keela as part of your toolkit can help you save time and provide insights into donors and really deliver recommendations for optimal engagement. That's really a quick overview of the Smart Ask tools. Now I'm going to talk about how easy it is to build and send engaging communications. So we're going to go to the communications tab on the left-hand side. There you go. Thank you, Stefania. And here we're going to talk about how you can use Keela's communication to really empower your nonprofit to create engaging emails right within your CRM. You can gain valuable insights on how your donors are reacting to messages. So we're going to go to the end of year engagement email, and we're going to look at the content. You can have information such as first name, you can have company name, you can have smart codes, we call it, that really show you how you can make it personal. And this is drag and drop within here. You don't need to have any coding required to be able to send these messages. But what's really cool is the donation summary box at the bottom. And if you click on edit here, you can, there you go. Sorry. Thank you, Stefania. Click on edit right up there. And you can drag and drop a whole list of a summary, pardon me, of all of the ways in which your donors have given to you in the past. So what this means is you can actually, with just a click of a button, you can say, hey, Stefania, thanks for giving to this program on this day for this amount. This is how much you gave this time for this program, and this is how much you were eligible for tax receipts. It really kind of summarizes all of the ways in which your donors are interacting with your organization without having to go into your CRM and pulling out an Excel spreadsheet, pulling out a person, finding all the ways that they donate to you, because we all know that it's in different places or it's recorded differently. When you have it all within Keela, it's super easy to be able to see it in one space. And you can have your company's colors, you can have your company's logos, you can have everything on the right-hand side. You can see it's literally just a drag and drop. So it's super easy to have somebody within your organization send really pretty but personalized, engaging emails to your constituents and your donors. And what's even better is you can actually see the open rates. You can see the click-through rates. So you can do some testing and see which emails are resonating the best. And what we said before is that if you send personalized messages to donors that are asking for specific types of information or who are between a certain amount of fundraising they're contributing a certain amount of money, or who are considered major donors, you can really personalize these messages so much that the organization may think that the donors might think you're actually talking to them directly. It's an incredible way to do things at scale and to utilize your staff and your team's time in a really quick and easy manner. Okay. Again, if you have any questions or comments, send them through and we'll do our best to answer anything either during this call or at the end. Because now I'm going to go and look at, after you send these emails, I want to talk about how you can create automation and how you can create donor journeys within your CRM and your platform. And I want to talk about how you can really delight and lighten the loads of your actual fundraisers. Instead of every time a major donor gives to you, or instead of every time somebody joins an event, you have to track it yourself. And this person just made a donation. We need to make sure that we send them a series of emails, or we need to make sure that we connect with our team internally. Keela has a really easy way to do this for you in such a way that you kind of set it and forget it. So we're going to go to the left-hand side on the navigation bar, and we're going to click on automation. So what does journey or streamlined donor journeys actually mean? What it means is communications that can be sent to donors based on their preferences and engagement history. You can create as many personalized messages as you need. We're going to go into one called our major donor thank you workflow. And this is an example of anybody who is a major donor that your nonprofit deems a major donor. Again, you can decide if that's somebody who gives $500, who gives $5,000. It's up to you to set that in your organization settings. And once you click on this major donor thank you, we can create a workflow. So if you go to workflow, you can see this really cool, interesting set of boxes and rectangles. And what it is it's a journey. Every single time this donor comes in and makes a transaction, you can have automatically messages sent to that donor saying thank you. The next automated message could be to a staff member to follow up and call them in 3 days. The next message could be inviting them to subscribe to a newsletter. The next message could be to your internal staff to give them a call to tell them about a new campaign. It can be a journey that goes on as long as you want with as many settings as possible, that if they say yes, they go through this series of emails. If they say no, it goes through this series of emails. And why is this really important right now? Right now, it's a fast-paced world. We all see it. We see the rise of quiet quitting. We see the rise of remote work. We see the rise of AI taking over things, and we need a lot more things that make our work easier for the nonprofits and our fundraisers alike. We really need to make sure that our staff time is utilized in the most effective way. I remember being in the sector and you're always balancing multiple tasks, answering calls, responding to emails, nurturing and stewardship efforts. You're managing communications. All of these things at once can be quite overwhelming. And when you create this workflow that just every time a major donor comes in, you know that staff will be connected with and emails will be sent, it's relieving. It feels good. It feels like you kind of can do your work and you'll be tapped in when needed. You can have a donor journey anytime somebody registers to an event, anytime a new volunteer comes up. You can have as many donor journeys as you need to be able to engage with your audience and be able to have all of these touch points so that you don't have to do it reactively, but you can do it proactively. It's an opportunity to kind of overcome some of these challenges that we just mentioned, and you can save time and still send out messages and personalized communications with these journeys. And by implementing these journeys and what Keela calls right here workflows, you'll really see how effortless it is to connect with your audience, and again, at scale. You'll be amazed by the level of engagement and the revenue that you can actually generate after you spend a little bit of time at the beginning to set these up, while really figuring out what and how your donors want to hear from you about, what you want to say to them, and how they're going to respond. It's an incredible opportunity. So again, this is just one example of how and why you should be setting up all of these different types of workflows. And it's important because it becomes clear that understanding our donors' behavior and their preferences is crucial for success in this time. I don't know if anybody has read the online giving reports, but there's a decline in total giving by about 3.4% that was reported in 2022. And we cannot overlook the fact that North Americans really do still give generously and contribute $500 billion to the nonprofit sector. So what does this mean? It really highlights that there's an importance to fully understand what motivates and engages our donors. We really must deepen our relationships with them and engage with individuals who have previously supported our causes. It's interesting to note that individual donors accounted for 64% of all donations in 2022. Again, it emphasizes the importance of comprehending giving patterns. So again, if you go back to AI and understanding what does this mean in terms of AI, it means using tools and systems like Keela to talk to your donors the way that they want to be talked to. They've told you how much they've given. They've told you when they prefer to give, and they've told you how they want to be communicated. Are you listening? Using tools like Keela to see that in the system, and then using the Keela tools to reply to them based on that information creates a really great relationship with your donors because you're listening to them. And then setting up communications in an easy way, showing all your donors, hey, you haven't given in a year, but here's a donation summary of all the times you've given and what it actually contributed to. We miss you. Come back. This is what you're funding. An opportunity to re-engage your lapsed donors. And then third thing, not only just sending out emails and seeing open rates and what's that doing for your engagement, but how do you create a bunch of different workflows and donor journeys so that you're constantly engaging with your donors without having a staff or staff members sitting there and pulling a report and seeing, uh-oh, someone just came in and who contacted that person and did somebody call them and uh-oh, that wasn't logged properly. Having a system that does it for you and easily is really going to help you manage your time and save you time and energy, and your fundraisers will be really thankful and thank you for it. So I think that's really all of the quick things that we said that we were going to show you in today's demo, is really talking about, the dashboard, talking about communications, a little bit about contacts and how every single contact has unique information. Let's kind of stop there and ask some questions and check out our Q&A. Steph, do you want to?
Yes, we got a lot of questions. So if you have any more, please, you can keep entering them in the chat or in the Q&A box.
Amazing.
So the first question here from Rachel: can the system schedule emails based on donors' optimal times of day or opening messages?
So you can definitely schedule a preferred time to go ahead and send out your emails from your Keela's email marketing tool.
Amazing. Okay. And the next question we got here is, instead of emails, can phone numbers be used? I guess this was for the smart ask function. Can phone numbers be used besides emails?
Our smart ask right now is based on emails.
Okay.
For now, we're always improving our roadmap.
Yeah. Our next question we got here, sorry. Can this replace constant contact to send newsletters?
Yes. Go ahead, Stefania.
Yes, exactly. Like Brianna said, 100%.
Perfect. We also got another question here. So, this is to do with contact. So some are inactive, some only are for website signups, and some are only volunteers. Can Keela help better organize their contact base?
100%. You can definitely label all of your contacts so you can differentiate between all of them, and then you can use Keela to filter and create lists that are specific for whatever you're looking for.
Perfect. Sorry. The next one we got here is they love the emails. And what about letters? Are there easy ways to create and personalize letters within Keela?
Yes. So besides the email marketing tool, we have a tool called Direct Mail where you can create those letters in Keela, and then you can download them and print them and mail them out to your donors.
And for the next one we have here is, how easy would it be to transfer information from eTapestry to Keela?
I'll take that one too, Brianna. It's really easy. And we also have something under our team where we can help and do that for you. We can export the data for you, we can format the data for you, and we can import it on the system for you so that we can set you up for success from the beginning.
And click on the link over here and claim your 15% off your subscription base for the first year for your CRM if you're interested, and chat with one of our fundraising experts who can kind of go over that in even more detail.
Perfect. And we have one other question, but talk about, what about volunteers? So is there any sort of volunteer management within Keela?
Yes, you can track volunteer hours for your volunteers in Keela. You can create volunteer reports, which is amazing. So you can keep track of all of that data in Keela.
Perfect. Sorry, I'm trying to keep track of all the questions here. Thank you, Chelsea, for all the help in the chat. Do you need another CRM app to handle the members in day-to-day operations besides Keela? Ideally, they're looking for one app to do everything.
You can also handle memberships within Keela, and then for day-to-day tasks, it would depend, but most organizations handle all of their day-to-day tasks in Keela as well.
Amazing.
Can the system create appointments for other colleagues and add them to their calendars?
Not at the moment, but as Brian has said, we're always improving our system. So hopefully in the future we can see that.
Absolutely.
And what about generating tax receipts? Can Keela help with that?
Yes, so Keela creates automatic tax receipts for all of the transactions that come through Keela forms. And most of the times they're automatically sent out through email, so you don't have to go through the process of mailing out those tax receipts.
And we got another wonderful question here. Does Keela process donations or is it just donor communications?
We do process donations to Keela.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Does Keela include an integrated advocacy program or event registration, or is that with an integration?
Yes, it's actually with an integration. So Keela offers an integration with Eventbrite.
Perfect. What membership functionality does Keela have? Can it help with emailing donors whose monthly gifts have failed, or does it allow for monthly donors to have a login and edit their gift amount or payment info?
That's a good question. So Keela offers, you can have your membership plans within the system and you can use Keela's membership forms or you can sell your membership plans. And you can also have those members on auto renew so they automatically renew, or you can have them like where 10 days before you send out a reminder so that they can renew. And when it comes for a donor or member portal, again, that's something that we don't have available right now, but we're always looking at improving our system. So hopefully in the near future, we can see that available.
Amazing. We got another wonderful question here. Is it possible to list donors who made a tribute or in-member gift for someone who passed away or just sent to a family?
Yes, you can.
Perfect. Here we go. I'm just trying to, sorry, I'm pulling out. So what countries can Keela accept online donations from?
You can accept online donations from anywhere. It's just depending, like the tax receipt will be issued to that address.
And what rate does Keela charge to handle online donations?
So Keela is not going to charge you a rate that's going to be based on your payment processor. So Keela integrates with Stripe and PayPal. And for the United States, we have our in-house payment processor called Keela Pay.
Amazing. We're getting so many questions. Thank you everyone for answering. We're getting so many questions there. So we can't get to all of them. Sorry, but we're getting through as many as we can. So adding on to volunteers, can you do scheduling volunteers or just tracking hours?
Right now it's tracking hours, but again, we're always improving our system. So hopefully in the future, we can see that available.
Perfect. Is there a feature to note family relations between donors? Example, father, daughter, uncle?
Yes, we do have a household functionality within the system.
Perfect. And what membership functionality does Keela have? Can it help with emailing donors whose monthly gifts failed? And does it allow for monthly donors to have a login or edit their gift amount or payment info?
I think we already answered that one, Steph.
Oh, did we already? I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I was reading it and I think we did answer that one.
That's okay.
If you don't have a use for all features, is there a budget-friendly plan for small organizations?
Yes, I would recommend booking a call and then chatting with your account executive about that.
Perfect. And what is the security what is the security for contact info?
So Keela's server is located within Microsoft Azure, so it's all very secure. And then when you're adding users to your account, you can decide what permission you want to give them. So if you want users with lower permissions, you can definitely have that to protect your donors' information.
And could Keela integrate with contact messages, calendars of Outlook or Google Workplace?
Keela connects with Google Workspace.
And is it GDPR compliant?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So we also have a few other questions about AI. How can AI assist with fundraising from the CRM?
Ryan, I'm going to send that to you because I think you know a little bit better.
Say that again.
How can AI or Smart Ask help assist with fundraising through the CRM?
It helps you ask the right amount at the right time, and it really allows you to not send somebody and ask them for $100 when their capacity is only 20 or vice versa. So it really helps you personalize the ask and understand where your opportunities are within the system. So the system will tell you donors that are underutilized or have capacity to give and you haven't reached out, or it will let you know which donors give how much money, and you can then see if you've actually asked them during that timeline. There's a variety of different ways in which you could utilize those features.
Amazing. And also, just to expand upon it, how can that elevate donor relationships? How can AI help elevate donor relationships?
When you're more personal, so it takes a lot of time for fundraisers to go into a database. And again, from being in the sector, I know that a lot of the data isn't necessarily consolidated in the same space. So if you have a volunteer who's also a major gift donor, who's also an event participant, and it's also a volunteer, you might not have all of that information if you are only sitting in the event department. And when you're communicating with that donor, you may not know the 360-degree view of their interaction in your organization. When you're using a system that pulls it all together, you're able to see all the ways in which they're interacting with you. And again, even through those communication examples I showed, and the summary, you're actually communicating back to the donor. I know how many times you've given, and I know how much you've given. It makes them feel like you know them better and that you know them on a more personal level. And that is the kind of relationship donors want to hear from us. You hear that in a lot of the data and statistics that are out there today, that donors and supporters want to feel heard and they want to have more personal connections. So if you can use the database and the system to help you personalize and connect with them, the better engagement you're going to have and see from those that are giving to your company and your organization.
Amazing. And we're going to have a few more questions about AI. Is the AI Smart Ask feature part of the subscription, or is it an add-on feature?
It's part of the subscription.
So people are asking, how do we get in contact with Keela's account managers or team members? We can add another link in the chat here, but if you want to schedule a quick call with them whenever you're available, you'll be able to contact with them, and they'll be able to talk to you about Keela.
You can go to Keela.com and just click on talk to us as well. Don't forget to let them know that you were part of this demo and that you get 15% off your first year subscription for the CRM base only. Add-ons are not included, but don't forget to utilize that piece of information. Perfect. There you go. Thank you, Chelsea. It's put the link to chat with our fundraising staff.
And is there a QuickBooks online integration feature?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. And could the AI feature help to pick the favorable content from a pool of content during engaging the regular or prospective donors? I think the AI feature is more to do with donors and figuring out like if someone wants to continue with that, but it's more to do with donors in our database.
But connect with a fundraising expert and go and dive into that question and see if they can explain that a little bit in more detail.
Perfect. And I think we are getting to the end of our questions here. If someone wants to ask a few more, but I think we have our last one here. How does QuickBooks the desktop integration? So it's for QuickBooks, is it all QuickBooks, or is it just the desktop integration basically?
It's with QuickBooks Online. We don't offer an integration with QuickBooks Desktop.
Okay, perfect. And can you create custom donation forms to integrate into your website?
Sorry, can you repeat that, Steph?
Can you create customizable donation forms to integrate into your website?
Absolutely.
Perfect. Okay, everyone, I think that's about time. If we didn't get to your questions, we'll try to answer them via email. Once again, thank you all for coming today. Thank you all for coming. We would love to have a quick chat with a team member. Sorry about that, guys. I'm kind of all over the place, so I apologize here. So that concludes today's demo. Thank you all for attending. If you're interested in learning more, we'd love to chat with you to better understand the goals and challenges of your organization, how Keela can help you solve them. In the chat, we put again a link to book a brief call with one of our team members today, and we would love to hear from you. Thank you again for attending, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Thanks so much, everyone. Thanks, Stefania and Stephanie and Chelsea.